So let's go ahead and pivot over and let's discuss the actual tournament. So Eggman hosted a tournament. Rob Lucci won the thing, going 7-0.
Yep.
We have a decent amount of 6-1s here with Betty, Oil Luffy, Ussop, which is the first deck. I'm assuming this is the list that you're talking about.
Yep.
That you posted that is your spicy pick. The fact that
Uh-huh.
Usopp is back.
Yeah, I didn't think this deck would be decent, especially into like blue purple when that came out. But there's a lot of things to kind of like about it. Like the +1 cost is so annoying so often. I actually watched some of the games of like Usopp playing in the Eggman tournament, and there was some really cool stuff that he did. I mean, first of all, obviously people need to know how to read, which is tough. He Usopp won a game against Green Purple Luffy because he had two Kairoses in play, and the opponent went Electric Luna and said go, and he just untapped his two Kairoses, and the opponent was like, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that." It's like, these cost 8, bro. Like, this is +1 cost applied permanently. So that was cool, knowing that you actually can't get Luna in this deck really, because your 7s cost 8. And there was a really cool turn he did too, where he played 7 cost Rebecca, and he did the 2K Gyats plus Kairos. So the Gyats gave the Kairos attack active, and then he used the Kairos to bounce the Gyats back to hand, and then was able to like clear a Sanji Pudding or something that had +2 cost in the green purple matchup. And that seemed like really good, like that type of interaction where like, because of so much cost increased existing, being able to attack things in combat is really strong. Like that's why Zoro, I think, in OP12 has really been popping off. But also this idea of like being able to attack active could be really strong. So I really like the 4 Gyats, and there was a bunch of really cool combos with it.
So,
And 4 King Kong Gun is just how you beat blue purple. You just King Kong Gun your leader, attack them, they go to 0, and then you King Kong Gun something else and you kill them.
so do you think this was based off the fact that this deck is really good, or do you think the pilot knew how to pilot this deck really well to the point where he
The
succeeded?
pilot was definitely carrying a lot. I still think this deck is like B tier ish, leaning towards B minus. The biggest problem with this deck is that you only have 4 searchers that actually find Rebecca. So it's like Green Purple Luffy, how reliant Green Purple Luffy is on Sanji Pudding, but you have way less searchers, because the difference between this deck having Rebecca, the 7-drop, and not is so ginormous. It like slows down your roll so much if you don't have it.
I was
The,
curious.
the big problem with that as well is you often need to grab stage even over Rebecca if it's early game. Like you have 2 cards that you desperately want. Like this deck does not function without stage, and it doesn't really function without Rebecca. But it's still very strong when it goes off. It's just a little inconsistent.
So you brought something up I
Yeah.
was curious about. So Grape Luffy, would it be beneficial or to try Charlotte Pudding? The 3-drop purple. It's kind of like an additional copy, sort of Sanji and Pudding.
No, it's not the same. You
I
mean
mean,
the one
it
that
still
whenever you
would
got
give them back a
-1
Dawn.
gives you 1 back?
It's not Strike Crew, so it tends to lead to effect
Yeah.
off. So you can't run it in grey.
It's not searchable and it doesn't attack well.
It does not attack well, but it does
Yeah.
allow you to
They
keep
played it
getting
in the
Dawn
purple
back.
Katakuri deck, but
And I think I was kind of curious about, why doesn't the black 7-drop Luffy show up in another list than just DeRosa?
because you need Coliseum for it to be really good. Playing it and expecting it to live a turn just doesn't really happen, right?
Yeah, giving it rush.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing in Magic the Gathering in almost every card game, right? Like, cards without on-play effects have to be so good
Push. Yeah, they do.
or very cheap, because otherwise, like, you know, spending 7, 8, 9, 10 Dawn and then having to wait a turn for your card to do anything is just asking for a miracle, right? It's why like Kaido Linlin is a card that nobody really plays.
But that's also a 10 drop.
Yeah, but it's a 10 drop that's in theory really powerful, but you have to attack with it to use it. So
Like 9 cost Sorrow
I
as
think-
well.
yeah, 9 cost Sorrow is another good example.
Because like I was like debating about it because I actually have a copy of this thing that I pulled from a pack, and I was wondering,
I think people tested it in Blackbeard when it came out, but
should I consider
Yes.
trying this over Brook, the 6-drop Brook? And I was like really debating about that. Like, is it worse or better than Brook? It's only
It's
$3
definitely
a
worse.
copy.
I think it's definitely worse.
Than Brook.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean,
Brook is one cheaper and really like has a lot of payoff if you can untap with it. And it's like searchable and has counter, right? Those are the big things.
Yeah,
it does
this
have
does not
counter,
have
right?
counter,
Am I
right.
tripping?
This says no counter. Yeah, you're right.
Steven.
it doesn't have counter.
The 6/7
Nothing.
Brook?
It has
Oh,
1K.
there's a purple Brook.
Yeah, does that have
Yeah,
counter?
it's got 1k counter. Yeah,
1K
yeah.
counter.
Okay.
So yeah, that is a difference, yes. But I was just debating about it. I had one flex spot, and I was like, wondering, I have this. I was like, wouldn't this be better or worse?
It's like it's not bad, but there's just not flexible enough.
Yeah.
Probably.
When it has haste, when it can attack the turn you play it, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Super good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that was really good into blue purple as well. Like that's how he won his blue purple match is he had stage out. The blue purple guy went Sanji Big Mom or something, and he untapped went the Luffy King Kong gun at it, and then 13k at the 2 9ks twice and killed, wiped his board of the 2 9 drops.
Yeah. Pretty good combo.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of the old green card that I recently played in green red. Luffy. You just sit there and you just boost it by 6,000 and you just get an extra combat in. It's so nice, yeah, especially with this. Yeah.
I think this deck is in a decent spot. Like I said, BB minus, but like if the Rebecca was just named something else and could search Rebecca, it would actually be like a B plus tier deck maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fact the one drop searcher, the one drop searcher Rebecca is like the least, like the card you want to take out the most. But when you start cutting it, it's the deck kind of just feels a lot less consistent. If they ever release like another Dressrosa searcher that isn't Rebecca, it could be really, really good. But
and Mancherry can't get back Rebecca from your graveyard because it's a blue card, and Mancherry only gets back black cards. There's like so many things that make this deck annoying and frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be so much better even if it was just reveal up to 1 DeRosa that had a cost of 1 more than this. Like sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of the ones that only searched for 2 or more.
Yeah, then it would be so much better.
yeah, on the flip side, the Leo searcher is completely giga broken.
Yeah.
Like it's. Yeah,
You just have to hit it is the big
decks.
problem.
Yeah. It's like, I imagine the losses with this kind of deck is I just didn't say one of 3 things, and then it's like, oh well, I done what I could, but maybe it's to simplifying the deck a little bit. But that was my experience of it.
It's a pretty reasonable budget deck. I think it's only like
Yeah, for sure.
$5, for sure.
Yep.
So
Very good budget deck option for sure. This is on
Really
the
fun.
like.
On the other side of it, I really enjoyed playing Ussop. Like it's a very fun deck. It's a
Yep.
pretty fun deck to play against as well sometimes. Pretty good.
You should be able to get this deck for like $50, $60 or less.
I thought it was going to be like 40, less than 40.
Imagine a bunch of the cards are now even cheaper.
So moving